Hey everyone. Ever wonder what it really takes to be a brigadier?
Yeah, not just the medals and stuff.
Right, not just the salutes and medals. What about the reality? Like leading hundreds, even thousands of soldiers.
An entire brigade.
Exactly, we're talking a mini army here.
No small feat.
And luckily, we've got RoleCatcher, the career gurus, to give us the inside scoop.
They've got it all. Guides, interview prep.
Even insights into how AI is changing how the military finds its people.
Wild, right?
Get ready to have some assumptions challenged. Today, we're going deep on what it really means to hold that brigadier rank.
And it changes faster than you might think.
So I dug into their brigadier career guide, and right away, I was surprised. It's so much more than just battlefield tactics.
Oh, for sure. But that's still key.
Absolutely, that's vital. But hold on, we're also talking strategy at the highest level.
Right, the big picture.
Leadership on a huge EE scale.
Lives in your hands.
And even management skills. I wasn't expecting that.
Think about it. You're responsible not just for missions, but for the lives of every soldier under your command. Training, equipping, having their back. That's leadership and management on a whole other level.
And the guide really emphasized how different each day can be for a brigadier. One day you're overseeing training, the next you're dealing with a situation in some really intense corner of the world. Talk about demanding.
Yeah, no kidding. And the work environment section doesn't sugarcoat it. Extreme conditions, pressure cooker decisions, always adapting. It's not a job for just anyone.
Definitely not a 9 to 5. But even with all that going on, they still need to be up on the latest technology. I saw a whole section about technology advances. PowerPoint jokes aside.
Brief pause. Things have changed.
Right. I thought maybe those were outdated.
Tech in today's military is moving so fast. Drones, AI analyzing intel, cyber warfare. A brigadier can't just use those tools. They need to grasp how tech changes strategy, risk, even the ethics of war.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about being a brilliant strategist. You have to be a tech-savvy leader ready for a battlefield that's constantly changing. Which leads us to the career path. And that's no walk in the park either.
Yeah, you don't just go from, private to general overnight.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So RoleCatcher's career stages section, it maps out the whole journey, and it's fascinating.
Building up, proving yourself every step of the way.
They really emphasize that even a brigadier, they start somewhere.
Everyone starts somewhere.
So walk us through those early steps.
Okay, so early on, you might be assisting with, the brigade's daily operations, getting a feel for the sheer scale of it all.
Makes sense. Get your feet wet.
Then as a junior officer, you're leading a platoon responsible for training, well-being, all that, for dozens of soldiers.
That's a lot of responsibility early on.
It is. The guide even has, real profiles from each stage, It's eye-opening.
Oh, wow. So you see what it takes.
Yeah, you see the path, years of experience, proving you can lead under pressure.
And then there are the certifications. I'm seeing OCS, BOLC. These aren't just quick online courses, are they?
Those are serious business, officer candidate school, basic officer leadership course. Think months of intense training, simulations, the works.
So not for the faint of heart.
They're meant to push you to the limit, mentally, physically, weed out those who can't handle the heat of command,
It's almost like a test of your resilience, right?
Yeah.
On top of everything else.
Exactly. It's proof you've got the grit, the strategic mind that a brigadier needs.
Which makes me think about the interview process itself.
Oh, yeah.
If those courses are like boot camp, the interview's got to be the final test.
High stakes, for sure.
And RoleCatcher's interview guide, it was something else.
Intense, right?
Over 120,000 potential questions. I almost didn't believe it.
They cover everything.
Okay, but they do say it's not about memorizing answers. It's understanding the types of questions.
A thinking behind them.
Right, and some examples are, how do you handle conflicts within your team? Describe a time you made a tough decision under pressure. They really get personal, huh?
They have to. They're looking for qualities you can't teach, decisiveness, staying calm when things get rough, inspiring confidence in uncertainty.
These aren't just theoretical situations either. This is about leading when lives are on the line.
Absolutely.
And speaking of high pressure, the guide mentions automated recruitment, algorithms filtering candidates.
It's becoming more common.
Even the military. That's wild.
Job market's competitive. Even the military uses algorithms now, scanning resumes for keywords, experience, all that.
So how do you stand out? Do you have to game the system or something?
Not about gaming. It's about understanding it. That's where RoleCatcher helps.
Okay, how so?
They help you showcase your skills in a way these algorithms understand, like a translator for your resume, highlighting what matters to both humans and AI.
That's really interesting, like having a secret weapon for your career.
In a way, yeah. Even in a field like the military, keeping up with tech is so important.
It's easy to get caught up in the strategy of it all,
Right?
but you're leading people, and that's got to be the biggest thing.
Every decision, every order, it has a human cost. You can't forget that.
It's a heavy responsibility.
You have to earn their trust. The people putting their lives on the line.
We've talked about the training, the decisions, the strategy, the tech. It's so much more than I think people realize to be a brigadier.
It takes a lot, not just skills, but character, too.
What do you mean?
Understanding history, ethics, the human element,
Mm.
those matter as much as any tactical manual.
That's a really good point. It's bigger than just winning battles.
It is.
Makes you wonder, what kind of person can handle all that,
Yeah.
thrive under that pressure? What questions would even reveal that in an interview?
$1 million question, right? If I was on that panel, I wouldn't just ask about their successes.
Oh, interesting. What would you ask them?
I'd want to know about their biggest failure, how they learned from it, how it changed their leadership.
Wow, that gets to the core of it.
Because that's where you see real growth, how someone handles adversity.
You know, I thought I had some idea about what it meant to be a brigadier before we started this deep dive, but now,
It's more complex than it seems.
absolutely. And probably always changing, too.
For sure. Always something new to learn in this field.
This is just a starting point for us.
Yeah, exactly.
It really makes you think leadership at this level, it's not a destination, it's a journey.
Lifelong learning.
And who knows, maybe one of our listeners out there, they'll be the next great military leader facing down who knows what challenges in the future.
Wouldn't that be something?
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but we want to hear from you.
Oh, yeah. Tell us.
If you were facing a brigadier interview panel, what question would make you sweat? Let us know on social media. Maybe your question will inspire our next deep dive.
Love to hear it.
Until then, keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions. We'll see you next time.